I am the god of fire. I burn erotic books with my flames of red-hot anger.
My, how ruthless.
Ow!
Are you okay?
That hurt.
I'll let you read this porno mag if it'll make you feel better.
I will burn it.
The fog is making it pitch black.
The light over there. Is that a firefly? Somnium scan. Activate.
What is that person? That number 89? That's Hitomi. Only 3 mental locks. Oh, never mind. There's more. We just needed an extra cinematic sequence for that. Ah, but only 4. We've had 5 before. Reveal the hidden secrets.
It disappeared?
No, wait. It might still be nearby.
Okay. We only have the flower bud.
A flower bud. I cannot identify the variety.
Figure out its type.
I cannot identify the type of flower in this state. It appears to be some kind of lily.
Alright.
A flower bud.
Then worship it.
Worship it?
Yes, pray to it.
Yeah.
I will pray to it as though I am mourning the dead. It bloomed a little?
I don't know what caused it, but it's better than nothing happening.
Okay. Lit it up. Something over there. Rock 1. Rock 2 and 3. And a hole in tree 1. I want to see what that means.
A hole in a tree. I may be able to fit inside.
Stick hand in.
I am not going to be eaten or anything, right?
We'll know afterwards.
Whoa! I fell, but I am still in the forest.
It's darker than before.
What? Is someone there?
Hey!
That voice is...
Find out where that voice is coming from.
Renju. Okay. Which direction is that? Am I going the right way? It's hard to tell. Oh, there.
Renju Okiura.
Talk to him?
Renju, what are you doing in a place like this?
He won't answer.
Not in a place like this, at least.
5 minutes left, Date.
What do we do with the rocks?
A rock.
Investigate it?
This is a simple rock, but...
Is there any kind of pattern?
No, there does not appear to be. A rock.
Lift it.
Do what?
Just try.
Understood.
So weak.
Well, did you find anything?
No, of course not.
Okay.
A rock.
What else can we do? We can worship that one too.
But it's a rock.
It's a nice rock.
Gods live in the rocks too, you know.
A rather Japanese way of thinking.
Just try it.
If you insist.
How was it? You've cleared your head, right?
Yes. I now feel a sense of emptiness.
Guess it was a waste of time.
I do not want to hear that from you.
Okay. Rocks, not important.
Renju...
I mean, we can hit him.
This is for neglecting your responsibility to Mizuki, you coward! No use. I can't hit him.
This Renju is still a teenager. He wouldn't know Mizuki yet.
Alright, well, what other possibilities do we even have? A hole in tree 2.
4 minutes.
A hole in the tree. It looks about as big around as a soccer ball.
Well, stick your hand in.
I am not going to be sucked in, am I?
Maybe.
That's strange. It should have worked.
Did you want to see me get sucked in?
Yeah?
A hole in the tree.
Peek inside.
I cannot see anything. It is unnaturally dark.
Anything else?
I do not see anywhere that air could be flowing from.
What other options do we even have? We have the other rocks. Rock 2 is close by. There's rock 2. That one's smaller.
A rock.
Check it.
This is a simple rock, but
Is there any kind of pattern?
no, there does not appear to be.
Okay. Well,
A rock.
can you lift that one?
Do what?
Just try.
Understood.
Okay, she's
Well.
really weak.
No.
They're all the same. Which is confusing. What about rock number 1? That's free. Renju, rock number 1 is all the way back there.
3 minutes, Date.
Yeah, we're gonna have to reset anyway.
A rock.
What about kicking it?
Understood. My foot hurts.
I see.
My foot hurts!
Sorry.
Okay, you know what? We're flirting with Renju. I just thought of something.
Renju.
Yeah, flirt with him.
Yoo-hoo, Renju! Come get some of this. Come on!
Sorry. That was a bad idea.
Don't apologize. This is Renju's fault for having bad taste.
Okay, so not that either.
Renju?
Generally leaves us with inspecting him, which we might as well do now.
He looks young, but this is definitely Renju Okiura as he appeared approximately 20 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
Right, so we're only left with the hole in the tree. Are we supposed to scream into it?
A hole.
I mean, sure.
The Emperor is naked!
Okay. What about the Empress, though?
The Empress is naked!
Sounds like my kind of empire. Let's move there. I don't see anything.
Nor do I.
Right, we're tackling it.
A hole.
That makes sense. Oh,
Understood.
Well, whatever.
I will do my best.
Just resetting anyway. Ah, photograph. Okay. Yeah, alright.
This is a picture of Hitomi, Renju, and Monica.
Everyone is so young. Hold on to that.
Yep, we're resetting back to this to only use one. And then... Right. Very quick.
A
Hold
hole
in
in
tree. Yes. Stick your hand in. You're gonna be in there. Go to hole in tree number 2. Tackle it, and then show the picture to Renju. No idea what the rocks are for.
a hole.
I suppose the rocks could be for just generally getting
5
timies
minutes left,
if you need
Dante.
them. Renju, look at what I found.
Renju,
Here you go.
Renju, look at this. Wait!
Renju, stop!
Shake, question mark. Shook Renju. Did I have any hole one close to us somewhere? Huh. Jump in.
What is this hole? It wasn't here earlier.
Yes.
Really?
I should have maybe gotten a timey for that, but whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
Understood. Huh. It's even more difficult to see now. Another voice?
Monica!
That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she? Look for her.
Okay. What do we have? Hole in tree
4
number
minutes.
3. That's where we're headed.
Another hole in a tree. About as big as a capybara, I estimate.
Those are pretty big.
Sure, tackle it. I don't think
Leave
it's
it to
going to be
me.
the same
I will
again.
break it down. Huh? Ah! Date, perhaps we should pursue a more peaceful route.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, just peek inside
A
it then.
hole in a tree.
Oh, you had a timey for that.
What
some
is
reason.
this? A web of some kind?
Well, it would have to be a spider web.
I have web on my face.
Okay.
A hole in a tree.
I suppose we're screaming then.
Hitomi! Date likes Hitomi!
Hey, what are you trying to say? Hitomi won't remember this sink, but still.
There she is.
Hitomi stopped.
She's far away. Not this direction. Can I see which direction I'm facing? I'm not even sure. I'll go that way.
3 minutes, Date.
Towards there? Towards Rock 3? Not really. There she is.
That's Hitomi.
Hug her?
Hitomi? I see.
Well,
She dresses modestly, but underneath she has a curvaceous body.
good work, Aiba. That's good to know.
That's Hitomi.
Right. Talk to her.
Hitomi, what are you doing here?
Guess she can't hear you. She looks like she's looking for something.
For what, though?
That's Hitomi.
Touch her?
Where?
Well, you could, touch her...
But in this Somnium, she might be a minor.
her stomach. Test how soft her stomach is.
If you say so. I touched it.
So, what's the softness situation? Tell me.
It was soft. Nice and pliant. No noticeable abdominal muscles.
Valuable information indeed. Thank you, Iba.
You old pervert.
Okay,
That's
I don't think inspecting her is gonna do anything either.
Hitomi Sagan. Like Renju, this must have been approximately 20 years ago.
Something must have happened around that time.
Right, but what is it
A
then?
rock.
I mean, this won't do any good. We have to go back to the hole. It's over there.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date.
I
Hurry.
know.
A hole in a...
Stick-handed, now I can. Okay. I'm keeping that timey. 15 seconds isn't
won't
bad.
get sucked in, right? Hmm?
Oh yeah, she's looking for something. Obviously.
A cord bracelet has appeared on my wrist. Perhaps it belongs to someone.
I'm not crazy, right? That option wasn't there before.
It might be important. Hold on to it.
Only there after you talk to Hitomi. Time-wise, this is really cutting it close.
That's Hitomi.
A lot of things you have to do. Show the bracelet.
Do you remember this?
He's gonna run off somewhere, of course.
Wait!
Follow her!
On it!
Shook Hitomi. They're looking for Monica, aren't they? They're looking for her in this forest because she's missing. She's somewhere here. Hole 2, there it is.
A large hole. Was this here before?
You're jumping in it, but here is where I use it.
If there is nothing left to do...
There isn't.
Date, what is going on?
I don't know, it's pitch black. I can't see anything.
I see. Then it is not me malfunctioning.
Can you feel your way around?
I can try.
Cluster Amaryllis. Which... this way? Am I getting closer to it? No, I'm getting further away. There it is. Oh, tree. Oh, more tree.
You have 1 minute left.
This is really close.
A licorice flower.
Worship it.
Nothing is happening.
That's to be expected, but still disappointing.
Ah,
A licorice.
dig it up.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be Monica's body in there.
What?
Or something. There's another hole.
Another hole.
Date, you've
large
got less
hole.
than 30 seconds.
Don't have the time to jump in. But I mean, it's not like we can
large
do
hole.
anything else anyway. Off we go.
We've come this far. I will not protest now.
Is this the last mental lock that we're breaking here? It might be. Which would mean we've just about made it. This would be really close otherwise. Like, even with optimal route, I can't imagine it being... yeah, there we go, it was the last.
That is...
Couldn't imagine it being doable otherwise. It's the other way around. They're not finding the dead body, they're digging the grave for it. That's it. Or they're excavating it. Maybe they've put it there at some point, but now they're actually digging it out again, and then they put it in the warehouse. I mean, otherwise, why would it be in the warehouse? The memory of burying it. Actually, maybe if Renju buried it first there, and then they both got together to dig it out and then bring it to the warehouse, that would make sense. But otherwise, the first memory would be stronger, which would be the memory of burying
Hitomi,
it.
I think I know what happened 18 years ago. You three were close. You, Monica, and Renju. Monica was murdered. You and Renju found the body in the mountains.
Okay, so they did find it and not kill her themselves.
And you brought it back to the cold storage warehouse.
Whammy, which makes sense. Because we obviously think that So did it.
And my guess is So Sejima killed Monica. I've seen inside his head before, using this machine.
I see. If you know that much, then there's no point in hiding it anymore. I'll tell you the truth.
Sargon residence. 18 years ago.
Wait, you're going to see So?
Yes. I want to talk to him in person.
No, you can't.
Why not?
So is the father.
Are you worried about my body? You don't have to worry about that. I'm totally fine.
But your stomach is still...
Oh, my doctor told me that's normal. Your stomach doesn't go down right away after giving birth.
I'm not worried about your body. I don't know how to explain it. So doesn't care about you. And especially not your child.
I haven't told him about giving birth. He contacted me for the first time in a while.
So that's why.
He wants to know about the baby.
He must be panicking. If anyone ever finds out his mistress had his baby, his political career would be over.
It's not like it was an affair.
His wife passed away after giving birth to his son, right?
It would still be a big scandal. He impregnated a girl who just graduated high school. Don't you see how that looks? He knew how the public would take it. That's why he gave you the money to deal with it. There's no way he'll accept that child.
It's okay. I told him that I won't cause any trouble. But could you take care of the baby? Just for a little bit? I'll be right back.
Fine. But take this with you, just in case. It's a GPS transmitter.
Yeah.
Just to be extra safe.
That's why they were able to find her in the forest.
I really don't think I'll need it. But okay, if it'll make you feel better.
I don't know what Monica saw in So. She said he was kind and loyal, that he wanted to change Japan, but I didn't understand any of it. We tried to convince her to break up with him so many times. She never listened, and it ended in tragedy. What happened next, you already know. Neither Renju or I saw it happen, so I don't know how much of this is accurate, but we could guess what happened.
So, essentially we're saying it wasn't So who killed her. So was just present. Now whether So was actually the kind of like doing it as a hit, hired someone to do it, or whether he was just completely oblivious to it, don't really know. What did So say to Monica?
He told her to move overseas. He said he'd pay for everything.
Who told you this? So himself?
Renju told me.
Oh, Renju, okay.
But you said he wasn't there.
He heard some of this from the Kumakuras. Renju had connections with them.
How did the Kumakuras know?
So told them.
Never tell anyone anything. What happened after Monika's murder?
So contacted his friend, the chairman of the Kumakuras. He asked him to dispose of the body and left the scene with the culprit.
The incident was 18 years ago. That means the chairman was Rohan, not Moma.
Rohan went to the scene of the crime?
Yes, with some of his men.
About Monika's killer.
Date, you said that Monica was killed by So, right? But that's not true. Monica was killed by Saito Sejima,
His son.
the son of So and his late wife.
Have we ever seen him before?
Saito was 12 at the time.
Oh,
12?
Yes,
But why would a little boy do that?
I don't know. I can't imagine. Again, neither Renju or I saw this. We were just waiting at my house for Monica to return. But she never came back. We tried to call her cell, but it didn't connect. But then, we saw movement on the GPS.
The GPS Renju gave to Monica?
Yes. At first, we thought she was on her way home, but we saw the GPS getting further and further away from the city. Renju and I got nervous, and we decided to follow it.
What about the baby?
We couldn't take the baby with us, so Renju gave the baby to the mob doctor he trusted.
Those are Kumakura men.
We didn't dare move. We couldn't speak. We were barely breathing. We could only watch as it all unfolded. I knew what the hole was for, but I couldn't move. Couldn't do anything. I remember my heart beating so fast. Before long,
We good here?
Yeah. Cover her.
Just a minute.
he carved out her eye.
Beautiful.
the Kumakura people covered Monica's body, then left. Renju and I ran over and dug up the grave with a tree branch. What we saw. Monica! Monica! We need to call the police.
No, we can't. Not yet.
Why not?
You don't know who those guys are. They would do anything to keep this hidden. I've seen it happen myself. I know what they're capable of. Anyway, think about it. Why would they do this? They thought Monica and her baby were going to be trouble. Monica's stomach was still pretty big. I don't think they know that she gave birth already. What do you think they'd do if they found out? They would take her and kill her too. And then, they'd come for us. They'd make it look like we disappeared. All of us would be gone.
Renju convinced me. He knew more about the dirty underbelly of society than anyone. He knew when something couldn't be handled by the police. He said that they would do anything to kill the child, and I believed him. We had to protect Monica's baby. We had to, no matter what.
Okay, I understand.
I decided to trust him.
I mean, that was definitely the right call in that situation.
We couldn't leave Monica's body in the forest. We cleaned her up and took her to the cold storage warehouse.
Bit weird. I'm not sure how having her frozen in a warehouse is better than having her buried in a forest, but
This warehouse is owned by
I don't know.
Okiura Fishery. My father runs it. But it's not in use right now. They're moving operations to a better area. They're actually looking for buyers right now. But don't worry. I'll take over the warehouse.
Are you sure?
Yes. Don't worry. I'll keep everyone out. Everyone but you, of course. I'll give you a key. You can come visit any time you want to see Monica.
Monica, don't worry about the baby. I'll protect her, no matter what. And don't worry about them, either. The people who did this to you, I will never forgive them. I'm sorry, Monica. Sorry. I'm sorry. Monica.
did you get the birth certificates?
The mob doctor took care of everything. I have the birth certificate, and I even picked up a mother and baby book. It wasn't cheap, but you don't have to worry about it. Just submit the birth certificate, and everything will be taken care of. You look worried.
I feel like I'm somehow betraying Monica. She was the one who gave birth.
Soon, you won't even be able to think about that, because a war is about to begin.
A war?
Between you and the baby. You won't get a good night's sleep for a long time. You might even start to resent Monica for all this.
Really?
Anyway, as soon as you submit the certificate, you will officially be her mother. Be sure to raise her responsibly. I'll help. Occasionally.
Occasionally, huh?
About Monica's killer.
I don't really want to discuss this, but there's something you need to know. After talking to the Kumakura gang, I found out who killed Monica. So's son, Saito Sejima.
How? Saito was only...
12 years old.
Why? Why would a little boy do that?
I don't know the motive, but I know it's true. So used his connections with the Kumakuras to cover up for his son. And all of the evidence of this scandal, of course.
I'll never forgive them. So, his son, or the Kumakuras.
I feel the same way. But you can't think about revenge now. You and the baby can't lead a life like that. Just bear with it for now. The opportunity will come. So wait until the right moment. Okay?
What should we name her?
I was thinking about her name. How about Iris?
Iris?
The goddess of rainbows in Greek mythology? And the colored part of your eye.
And the flower, too.
Right.
I thought it might have something to do with your name, Hitomi.
Not only that, it's also for Monica's name. The kanji for Monica uses the character for love, and Monica reminds me of Manako, Japanese for eye.
So both names have something to do with the eye.
And I, which means love, will always be a part of Iris.
So that's how you came up with the name?
Don't you think it's nice?
Iris. Iris. Yeah, I really like it.
It is a nice name.
And so my life with Iris began. Raising a child was much harder than I expected. Waking up in the middle of the night to change diapers or feed her, Iris wasn't a good sleeper. I had to sing her lullabies to put her to sleep, and I always needed to put her to bed so carefully. It would only take 10 seconds before she'd start crying again, so I had to pick her up, sing her another lullaby, then put her back to bed. After doing this over and over, before I knew it, the morning sun would creep in through the windows. But even with all that, I cherished every single day. My hatred for those responsible never went away. But my hands were full, raising Iris. I devoted myself to her. I never thought about anything else. Eventually, my desire for revenge just faded away.
Mama! Woof! Mama! Omelet! Sweetie! Up? Mommy, I won race today! Is Mommy proud of me? Mommy, I want to see Milky Moon again! Mommy, you are so good at dancing! Mommy, pancakes are done! Sorry, I burned it a little. Mommy, why can't I dance at the stores? I can't help it! My body dances on its own! Mommy, don't more people come to barbecues? How come it's always you and me? Hey, Mommy. How long will it take my bone to get better? I want to dance again with everybody. Hey, Mommy! Do you like my shirt? Look, we're matching! Mommy, thank you for everything! I love you more than anything in the whole wide world! Mommy, look! I drew it!
The Okonomiyaki War, huh?
That was so fun! We should do it again!
The food or the food fight?
Both!
I'm gonna have to say no to the latter, sweetie. It took forever to clean.
But Uncle said he wants to do it again, too! Hey, Mommy.
Yes?
Are you gonna marry him?
What are you talking about?
As long as it's Uncle, I'm all for it! I say go for it!
I would always question myself. Could I keep living a lie? I had promised Monica that I would avenge her, but I couldn't work up the courage. And maybe Renju was exaggerating, but there's no statute of limitations for murder in Japan. If we showed Monica's body to the police, so would be punished by the law.
Ah, so that's why they kept it frozen. But that's like... You say if you kept her body, if you showed it to the police, so would be punished by the law. That... Like, never mind hard, clear evidence. That isn't even circumstantial evidence that it was So who did it. Because, well, first of all, it wasn't even him that did it. It was his son. How do you intend to prove who killed her by showing the frozen body of her to the police?
And the Tsujima's and Kumakura's crimes would be uncovered. But that would mean Iris's secret would be uncovered as well. That's what I was really worried about. I didn't want Iris to know that So was her father. And even more than that, I didn't want her to know that I'm not her real mother. That's the real reason I've been silent for 18 years. I didn't want to lose Iris, but... Fate can be cruel. God used other means to take Iris from me. In January, Iris suddenly collapsed. It was caused by a malignant tumor in her brain. There's nothing we can do. She only has a year to live at most. That's what the doctor said. If you remember me telling you. But what I didn't tell you is that there was an experimental new treatment. It was...
Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said.
She didn't have the money for it.
Nanomachines could remove the tumor, but the procedure would be so expensive. With my salary, It wasn't something I could afford. I thought hard about it, about how I could get my hands on that kind of money, but I couldn't think of a solution. Time passed. Before I knew it, it was November. Iris's symptoms worsened. Her time was running out. I was starting to panic. I couldn't sit here and waste time while Iris... In any case, I had to get the money before it was too late. So I thought of a plan. A plan to blackmail So Tsujima.
It's a risky plan.
2 days ago, on Saturday night, I called So and invited him to come to the warehouse. He agreed to come. After I hinted at what happened 18 years ago, I had prepared everything, hiding behind the forklift until So came. When he finally arrived, he walked over to the workbench where I had laid Monika's body. He lifted the cloth and looked down. He whimpered and stumbled back. Even he was fazed, seeing a body he thought he got rid of 18 years ago. Not to mention it was the body of a woman he was in a relationship with. A woman his own son killed. He reacted exactly as I expected he would. I had prepared a recording and sent it to his phone.
I know what happened 18 years ago. Everything. I know who did it, and I know she had a baby inside her. You can probably guess what I'm going to say next. Be prepared to pay for my silence. I will tell you the exact amount later. And don't tell anyone about this. Not Saito, not the Kumakuras. If you do anything even remotely suspect, I will go to the press with the truth. Understand?
I told him to keep quiet and cut ties with the Kumakuras, even if he found out who I was. Without the Kumakura gang, he had no power over me, and there's no way he'd risk his political career, not to go after me. I saw So put his phone back into his pocket and run out of the warehouse. I came out of my hiding place to put Monika's body back.
But before she could, we arrived.
But then, something unexpected happened. I saw you, Date. I hid behind the forklift before you saw me, and when you were done looking around...
It can't be. Iris.
I was losing consciousness. My head felt fuzzy. Couldn't gather my thoughts. I didn't know what to say. Instead, Iva did the talking.